another video, and this one is the names I love but won't be using hashtag, only I'm going to talk about Jewish names, and I hope that gives you some inspiration for some beautiful names out there if you're thinking about naming a baby. I think this is such a fun topic to talk about and get into because there is so much you don't know when you're going to have a baby. You know, you might not know what gender they are, you have no idea what kind of personality they're going to have, and you know what they're going to be like. So the name is like the only thing you actually get to decide when it comes to having a baby. So it's one of the most fun things to think about and talk about. So I have a 9-month-old son, and we actually didn't say the baby's name until his Bris, which I did a whole video about called Planning a Bris, and I talk about how special that was. But the name and thinking about the name definitely took up, I would say, 9 months. And it kept my brain busy for a long time. So these are names that I love, but won't be using, mostly because my husband just doesn't like them. People were like, oh, was it hard to think of a baby's name? I was like, well, if you are the only one who has to think about it, it's a little bit easier. It's when you have to agree on a name. That's the tough part. So let's get started. For a boy, one of my first name that I love but won't be using, Amihai. I just think this sounds so pretty. It means nation of God or God of our people. I've heard it both. I think it depends, I guess, which translation you want to use. But you could go by Ami for short, and I just think this is such a beautiful name for a boy, and it means something so beautiful. Similar to that one, I had a little bit of a theme going. Amihai, which means the nation lives, or my nation lives. And I think this is another beautiful message about the Jewish people, and I don't know, I just love these names. They're very Jewish sounding, those first two, so I think that was like made me a little bit nervous of those because I'm not that religious. So this one we almost went with. This is Gabriel or Gabriel. I love this name. Gabriel was one of the angels in the Bible. I just think it sounds nice. I like the nickname Gabe for sure. My husband just wasn't that into it, but yeah, this is one of my favorite names. The next one is one of those where I'm like, oh my gosh, I love the meaning of this. So I thought Ari Jonah is such a nice name for a boy because Ari means lion and Jonah or Yonah is dove. So I just thought the combination of that, kind of both sides of the personality, the lion and the dove, I think that's a really cool name. So if anyone ever uses this, let me know. Moving on to girls. So we knew we were having a boy pretty early on, so I didn't think too much about girls' names, but these are two that I've really loved for a long time. The first one is Ruth. I think part of me was like, oh, it depends how you say it. Like, it can sound a little harsh, like Ruth. But it can also sound really beautiful. And I thought about the Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg and how inspirational she is. So that was the reason I really like that name. And then the last one on my list, another girl's name, is Elisheva, which I was reading online about this one, that it's kind of an early biblical version of Elizabeth. And I didn't know what this one meant. I just know I really liked the sound of it, but I looked it up, and Eli is God. I've seen that one used a lot. And then Sheva apparently is oath, so it's oath of my God. So yeah, I think that's also kind of I like when the Hebrew name has like a beautiful meaning like that. So anyways, my son's name is Max, and I love his name. But those are some names that I love but won't be using. So I hope that you liked them and found them helpful. I love to hear baby names, so if you are picking out a Jewish or biblical baby name, let me know what your baby's name is. I'd love to know. So yeah, thanks so much for watching.